Hello. The videos you're about to watch will be taking place over 120 years, from the 1900s to the 2020s. Now, as you watch these videos, I ask you to question for yourself what commonalities you might have with someone during the 1920s, during the 1950s, or during the 1980s, and question for yourself how these commonalities might make you feel that you could transcend time and inhabit the body of someone who actually lived 100 years ago. In that way, you can actually feel more connected with time and feel like, hey, life isn't so finite as I perhaps may think it is. Para afuera, demonios, no te quiero aquí. Para afuera, demonios, no te quiero aquí, ok. Dice este espacio, Jesucristo, para que los demonios no me fastidien, porque si ellos me fastidian otra vez, los voy a mandar para la porra, les voy a mandar para el carajo, ok. Si ellos no se comportan de lo que comporto, ok. Yo no quiero lidiar con ningún embuste, yo no quiero lidiar con ningún problema con ellos, ningún drama, porque si ellos me vienen conmigo con noñas, yo les muestro noñas, ok. Yo les muestro cómo vamos a comportarnos aquí, porque yo no soy cualquier espiritista que ellos pueden fastidiar con ellos, no me pueden meter en la mente, ok. Yo les voy a decir exactamente lo que yo voy a pensar, y si a ellos no les gustan, que se vayan para la porra, ok. Que se jodan, ok. Mira, espíritus, váyanse, porque este espacio está bendecido por Jesucristo. Jesucristo ya ha bendecido este espacio. Jesucristo ya ha bendecido este espacio. Si Jesucristo ha bendecido este espacio, no puedes atacar, no me puedes posesar, no me puedes hacer nada, ok. Porque ya este espacio está bendecido por... Buenos días. Welcome to my little fortune teller shop. How are you doing today? Good. Good. I'm glad to hear it. What are you looking to get done today? What do you feel like you need to learn about yourself today? Do you feel like you need to learn more about your future, your past, your present? Do you feel like you need to learn more about the universe? Really, I'm the channel that is connected with all, so don't even hesitate to ask. Where is your father? You see, I of all the things that I know, I don't know that one. I'm sorry, Miho. Is there anything else that you might know that could be something that has been a curiosity looming through your little tiny head? Yes, a curiosity that has been just drumming through your mind. Yes. Oh no te preocupes. Even though people always associate fortune telling with demonios and Satanas and, you know, everything that has to do with the evil of the world, I have my Jesucristo here. My Jesucristo here fully prepares me from any evil that may befall me and any evil that may befall us. What were the earrings that I had inside my ears? They were the channels to the gods. I just needed to listen to them for 2 more seconds. They were connections that really grounded me into my inner self, where I can activate my consciousness and then reach the consciousness of those higher celestial beings that protect us from meteors and the end of the world calamities and whatnot. Anyways, that is not any of your preocupación. It is completely my responsibility, and I take complete and full satisfaction of taking care of all of my responsibilities. Now, let me tell you, okay, what services I do here, okay? The services that I give here are many, great range, many range. But for you, I will offer you 3 services, because I can tell from your aura that you need 3 services done today, correct? You see this little book of mine? It is called The Universe, El Universo, and it tells me exactly what client I'm going to get today and what they're going to be needing. So in this book, I could tell that I was going to get a client that needed a fortune telling with the cartas, that I was going to get a client that needed a sort of divination process where I could tell from your mind what energy is looming inside your brain, behind your skull, on a metaphysical level. And I could tell that I was going to get a client that needed a palm reading today, just to tell them, hey, I know exactly what it is that you need, and these are the 3. Now, the way I would recommend that we go about this, and the way that I know you are going to want to go about it too, is that you're going to want to go with the mind first, the aura reading, and then you're going to want to go with the card, and then you're going to go with the palm reading, correct? Correct. But before we continue, let me just adjust my little candles here. That way they face you. You see, it brings me great protection. I am all about protection. Protection here, protection there, protection everywhere. I must have protection at all times. I am such a delicate little flower, a rosa in a desierto, trying to channel all of this energy, all of these words, all of these past lives, all of these ghosts. And they tell me, oh, I have so many things to tell you. And I listen to everything that they have to tell me, but I sometimes get concerned because I'm like, oh my god, my mind, how much can my mind take? I don't know how much my mind can take. I'm looking and trying to open my mind so that way the divination can come through me and so I can give it to you, but I just feel like I have to protect myself and protect my energy, so I must carry this Kali candle. That way, whenever I have to channel the feminine aggression, I can. besito aquí para la protección bendecida. Y también this death candle. This death candle protects me from any negative intruders. It casts a living spell for me and a curse for anyone who tries to curse me. Self-defense, really. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put this one here. Okay. Now, I also have my little Jesucristo, as I already showed. My little Jesucristo. To protect me from any demonios and any Satanas, but I'm going to be jimmying it, whatever the Americans say. Honestly, they call it, I'm going to jimmy it. Who is Jimmy? Why are we jimmying it? Is it Santiago? I'm going to be Santiagoing it. So I'm going to be Santiagoing this necklace around so that I can protect myself from any mala vibras, any mala espíritus, and I'm going to be jingling these earrings so we can protect ourselves from any mala vibra, any malos espíritus, okay? Mira, nadie queremos aquí, ok, tenemos que bendecir este espacio para que si no hay mala vibra, no hay mal espíritu, no hay malo nada invadiendo nada de aquí, ok? We're trying to protect it here. No, I can hear them, okay? They're calling me, they're saying, they're just calling, they're just screaming. But you know something, we have protected the space. The space will not be invaded by anyone. Shh, cállate, shh. Por favor, malavibras, why are you keep squawking at me? Please go away, 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 go away. La mala vibra has now passed. So let us begin. First, I want you to feel as calm as possible. What has been going on in your day-to-day life? You moved to Manhattan, that's beautiful. I've heard that there is a great bustle over there. Automobiles now around every corner. Yes, and I heard that these automobiles are the fastest way to get around now, replacing the horse and carriage even now. It's amazing. And have you gotten yourself? What kind of model did you get yourself? That's lovely. That sounds very beautiful. Now, have you by chance practiced anything that has to do with just grounding yourself? Yes. Let us practice it between you and I now, okay? You and I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. And I just want you to keep your eyes closed throughout the process. I am going to simply go inside your brain and tell you exactly what energy I see inside of you, okay? First, I want you to picture, and I want you to follow along and, go with your mind as I guide you down these pictures. First, I want you to picture the happy place. It could be somewhere natural. It could be a home of your childhood that has positive memories to it. It could be a nice isolated spot that you felt comfort in. It could be a fond little corner of the world that you feel belonged to you and that you felt could be just your space and your space alone. It could also be a spot in your mind, somewhere that you like to go in order to sort of come and feel calm and peace inside your reality, okay? I just want you to find a nice happy moment or a nice happy place, whether it be physical, tangible, or just inside your brain. Some place that makes you feel good. It could also be a previous decade. The Belle Epoque was a very beautiful time. You could also picture yourself during the Belle Epoque. That way you could feel like there's a happy, positive association with it, okay? Just something to make you feel nice and positive. Now I want you to picture that happy place, and I want you to stay inside that happy place. I can see a great rainbow blasting through your mind. This rainbow has this beautiful aura that's just radiating behind it. And I can see behind this radiating aura a great warmth and energy. I can see that it's just vibrating out. Just a want to jump around, play around, scream, laugh, have fun, just get the wiggles out, really just go out and be fun, have merriment like when you were a child and you went to the playground. Yes. Now, I want you to just focus on your breath. Focus on how your breath goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And I want you to stay with that. And I want you to feel like you are more and more and more relaxing yourself into your body. Feel your head turn into a little flame on top of a candle. Just more light, fanciful, full of energy, but also calm. I want you to then focus on your throat. I want you to make your throat very light. I want you to make your throat so light that it feels like there's balloons inside your throat. Very, very, very light. Just make your throat as light as possible. I then want you to focus on your shoulders. I want you to make your shoulders very, very light, as if there were tons and tons of balloons tied around your shoulder, lifting you up just so gently into the heavens. I want you to just picture those balloons around your shoulders. I want you to then picture a little pond, let's say, inside your elbows. And I want you to picture how the wind blows a gentle breeze down a pond, when you can see the tiny little ripples, the tiny little waves. I want you to picture that on your elbows. If you have to gently brush your fingers across the inside of your elbow, then do so. But just picture how the wind blows the ripples over a pond, and imagine that inside your elbow. I then want you to imagine once again that there are millions of tiny little balloons tied to your wrists, and it's just making you so light and so free. I then want you to go down each and every finger, and I want you to just relax the fingers. Make the fingers nice and relaxed. Make them feel like they're hollow, like there's nothing inside of them, but just a wonderful air. I then want you to go down to your chest. I want you to picture your chest as just a nice lifting and lowering current, much like a gentle wave on a sunny day over an ocean. I want you to just picture it, just a gentle, warm, sunny day on your chest. Go down to your hips. I want you to picture your hips as a very light bowl. I want you to picture your hips like they're a light bowl, and I want you to imagine that there is nothing at all inside of them. And I want you to picture your legs as if there is no tension, just light, balloons all around, balloons on your knees, balloons in your ankles, balloons on each and every one of your toes. Now that you're in this state, I can tell that there is a black box in front of your rainbow aura. I can see that there is something blocking this rainbow, vibrant, energetic, warm energy from your system. There is something that you've placed in front of this energy that makes you feel like you can't transpass this beautiful energy that you have inside your mind into each and every corner of your body. And what I want you to do is picture the rainbow that I'm talking about, the rainbow energy in the box that is in front of the rainbow energy. And I want you to just move the box to the side. Move the box to the side. The box will still be inside your mind, but for a moment you will feel the rainbow energy inside your brain, and just feel the current, the vibrations that go on inside your mind, the joviality, the childhood freedom, the sense of courage and free and autonomy, and the sense of I will do whatever I want, and I will go wherever I want, and I will travel and jump and have fun and do everything that I want. I want you to just feel it. Feel it for a moment. Even if you feel a little silly inside your heart, give yourself this moment to feel it. Now that you are in this state, I'm going to deal your fortune. Okay? We're going to be giving you a little bit of a spread, okay? You continue to keep your eyes closed. You continue to keep your eyes closed while I respread these cards because it wasn't perfectly done. Okay. Okay. Now, we have all of these cards before us. All of these cards to tell you exactly what life you have been destined to live, what life you are meant to live, and what life you shall live once you make that black little box that's inside your head smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it is so small that you can carry it inside your fingertips and just discard it away. So, please open your eyes. Hola. Welcome back. Now, I want you to just pick 7 cards. 7 is perfection. Y tú, mijo, eres perfección. I call everyone mijo. It's a term of endearment. Now, pick 7 cards from the deck, and it will guide you or reflect what exactly you are going and what path you shall go on. Okay? So, you make the first pick. Please go with your first instinct and not so quick. Don't just go and grab it, okay? I want you to just feel it. Feel the cards. Take your time with it, but don't overthink it. Feel it, and whichever one calls out to you, whichever one calls to your energy, to your impulse, pick that one and then slide it forward, okay? Okay. Now try it again. Okay. This one. I'll slide it forward. Now which one? This one? Okay. Going to slide it forward. Now which one? This one. Okay. Now which one? I'm feeling some heat here. I feel like registering you, this is some heat right here. You have 4, 3 more to go. Uno, dos, tres, okay, 3 more to go. 3 more to go. I like to fan out the energies just to kind of move them around. That way it's not so stale, it's not so stagnant. I like to keep it resilient, and I like to keep it constantly moving. I like to keep it in a state where it is constantly progressing forward, where we're not stuck, you know. That's why I like to kind of keep the air fresh. It might seem odd, it might seem weird, but I'd much rather be perceived as odd and weird than to know that I feel stuck in life. If it takes me having to be ostracized, if it takes me having to take backlash, and if it takes me having to be perceived as weird, I will take it, because that means that I am doing something that is interesting and might drive me somewhere new that I might learn from. You see? Life lessons. Life lessons we can all learn from. Now, pick another card. Ooh, I'm feeling something here. Are you feeling it too? I'll pick it. I also felt something right here. I felt it in the corner of my eye. I felt it right here. Now, final card. Card number 7. Perfección 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I skipped two numbers. Why? Because we don't have time for those numbers. We must get to perfection immediately, or do we? Maybe we can take our time with it. We all have different processes, whether we jump steps to get to the top, or whether we take each one measuredly. Life is so infinite that it really doesn't matter how you handle it, as long as you're enjoying the process. So, which will be your last card? Which will be your last card? This one will be your last card. 7. I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to grab these cards. I ordered them. The one on the bottom is number 1, and the one at the top is number 7. So here we go. Okay. Now let's begin. Okay. Here, let me just put these back between the petals. Okay, there we go. Now, number 7 will go at the top. Right here. Number 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 will go right here. Okay, so let's begin our journey. Number 1. Swords. Okay. This signifies that you are going to have a lot of lessons, let's say, early in life. Because it is number 1, that means that the first station of your life will be marked with many tribulations and many concerns and many pains and many, perhaps even traumas. But this is just the first station of your life. How long is the first station of your life, you may ask? It could just be your childhood, your infancy, could stretch all the way to your adolescence, could stretch all the way to your young adulthood, or the first part of your adulthood. It really is just the first abundant lesson where you take in all of life's lessons, the more troublesome, and you take it all in and you store it away for the day that it comes for you to reopen it and restudy everything you've learned and say, I can turn all of these negatives into a constructive positive for me. The pain of having, for example, a parent not understand you or reject you can turn into you reparenting yourself, understanding yourself better than the average individual. And if you decide that you want to become a parent yourself, knowing exactly how you can get into your child's head so that way they can feel understood by you and you can break that generational curse. Likewise, if you are rejected by your parents, to love your child and to reject that generational curse and make people feel warm and at peace in your presence. And likewise, you can learn to extend that to yourself. Please never ever ever forget that you must serve yourself always. You must never focus on serving others. That is a great symptom of serving yourself, but it should never be the main purpose. The main purpose is to serve yourself, and the symptom will be that you will ultimately help other people, because that is your natural way of being. But never ever put other people before you. I'm sorry. I know other people tell you to do it, but frankly, unless you're, for example, a narcissist, most people need to learn how to value themselves genuinely, where they take care of themselves, they take care of their energy, they take care of their mind, their soul, their body, and they learn not to extend themselves or overextend themselves for other people to a point where it harms them. Okay? Now let's go for the second station. Gold, but it's upside down. You will be receiving many gold in your life, but you will give it away. You will receive so much gold in your life that it will be abundant, but you will give it away to those that are needy, because you will recognize through these tribulations that it is always better to give than to receive. And because you've already established yourself as giving yourself everything you need, you will recognize that although you have the world's riches, they are for nothing if you don't spread them to others, so that way you can maximize peace and abundance in the world. That'll be your second lesson, is that through your life's work you will fall into some abundance, whether it be wealth of money, although this is specifically wealth of money, but it could potentially be wealth of the heart. You will give it to others, and you will never go broke, and you will never grow poor, and you will never grow bankrupt, because it is ever satisfying. It is ever growing inside of you. You will always manifest more and more and more, because you've learned how to give it to yourself. It's a self-sufficient love. Okay, we're going to move on to number 3. Number 3 card. This one is also upside down. King of Cups. You will be a master of having a cup that will never empty. You will have a life where all you have are cups that never grow empty, because you are your own wine. You are your own benefactor. You supply yourself with everything you need. You will never need anyone to fill your cup, because you do it for yourself. Why? Because you learned that you cannot wait for someone else to give you what exactly you need to give yourself. Okay? Now we're going to go with 4, 5, 6. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Yes, 4, 5, 6. This 2 is upside down. This is a merriment. Okay? The merriment here is that you will not be living a life of hubris if this was upside down. If this was, for example, like this, right side up, then you would be having a life of hubris, where you are going to be indulging in every whim and fancy and everything that is for the senses, and overstimulation of the senses. But because this is upside down, you will be having a life where you reject the hubris, but you accept indulgences here and there, because you understand that a little bit of discipline emphasizes the wonderment of sensual pleasures, whether it be food, whether it be wine, whether it be festivities, whether it be a beautiful soft bed. All of these senses are much more attuned and sharpened to discipline, through you deciding, I will not indulge in every single one of my wants or pleasures. I will say no to something that does not benefit me, or something that might lead me down a path of complete and utter thoughtlessness. You will be a very thoughtful person. You will know exactly when to say no and when exactly to say yes. Why? Because of course, porque esta carta. Okay, that's all I have to say. You will learn so many lessons because of this card right here. You will learn that the hubris of people who just indulge. For example, those that spend, or chase after the fame of the big picture movies. Those that move to the new Hollywood, who want to be on a big picture screen, and they only ever live to be D.W. Griffith's muse. These people are not living for themselves. They are living for an equal. They are living for a manifestation outside of themselves that is not them, but rather a fabrication, something that they think will please others. And that is not true enjoyment of the sensual pleasures around you. That is a mind-numbing, you exiting your body and deciding, I am not inside of it. I am going to create an identity outside of it, that way I can be accepted. So in this card, you will learn how to appreciate pleasures as they come. But you will also learn that not all pleasures are what they seem. Now let's move to card number 5. This one is right side up. There will come a time when you will face scarcity again. You will face pain. You will face a sense of dejection from society. But because this is the 5th card and this is the number 5, it will come right in the perfect time for you. It will be the perfect moment for you to prove to yourself that even through abundance, even through the ability to be self-sufficient, through the ability to appreciate pleasures as they come, when the moment comes that you can no longer have wealth, that you will no longer be self-sufficient in the sense of giving yourself all of these pleasures, you will still have the immense wealth of loving yourself, and you will learn once again how to give yourself exactly what you need, even in the face of great tribulation. You see, because unlike in the first stage of your life, you did not know what to do. You were so ignorant, and for most, ignorance is bliss, but for you, ignorance was pain. You are no longer ignorant to pain. You no longer are ignorant to how the world can be and how the world will be. You know that life can be as equally beautiful as it is equally harsh. And even though you will go through a harsh moment, because of this, and because of this, and because of this, you will pass through it just fine. This card is upside down, but as you can see, you will avoid all of the dangers and pitfalls that becomes many individuals. If this was right side up, if this card was right side up, you would fall into all the pitfalls of the hubris, of the jealousy, of the materialism, of the wanting great status. But because it is upside down, you will avoid all of these hubris and all of these evils that might befall you. And you will learn to make peace with what you have, which will be the happiest life you could possibly live. Now, this last card, right here, okay, this last card, right here. After we've gone through the first stage of your life with the many torments and many pains, after we've gone through the second stage of life where you found abundant wealth, whether it be emotional or whether it be material, when you find yourself to be very self-sufficient and being able to fill your own cup, when you find that you can reject hubris, when you find that you will go through a period of scarcity, but you will make it out because it is in perfect unity with the alignment of what card it was. The card number 5 right there, perfect unity. And when you find that you reject all vices, this will be the last stage of your life. Collecting the swords. This one was upside down. You will let go of all the swords that plagued you, and you will make peace with it. This world will no longer apply to you because you created a new world for you to inhabit, and you will make peace with it, and you will live as if this never happened, but it did, because it informed you as to how you can hack life and ascend to a greater one. Now, I will be reading your palm. And I will be telling you how many loves you are going to have, how long you're going to be living, when these tribulations might or not happen, so on and so forth, okay? Let me collect all of these cards, okay? Gracias por la fortuna y gracias por darnos consejo del futuro. Por favor, danos consejo la próxima vez que yo te pido para que así podamos aprender más de tu plan fijo para el universo. Okay. Now, please give me your right hand. Okay. I'm going to be just reading your right palm. Now, let me see. I'm gonna get a little close, okay? I can see that there is a break in your lifeline quite early on. You see this line right here? The line that crosses the ball of your thumb right here. This line that curves between your index finger and your thumb and meets about halfway right before it hits the callus. This is your lifeline, and it breaks off right here and creates a little line away. This is where you have a great suffering, a trauma, a scar. And all these tiny little lines in the beginning of your lifeline, that is indicative that you will have a very tough time, or that you had a very tough time in your life. Now, if you notice, all of these lines turn into one thick lifeline. This thick lifeline has no breakoffs, has no ends, but it does have a minor break right here where the line breaks away. This is where you are tested again in life to make sure that you know exactly what you knew throughout life. But you will see that it rejoins the lifeline, and it creates a beautiful harmony for you where you finally realize, I've ascended through life. Now, your lifeline is quite long and connects to your heart line. Now, your heart line has one solid line across, which means that you will only have a very you would only have one solid, growing, positive, independent, and emotionally satisfying love. Now, what is love, you might ask? There are many forms of love. There is the attraction, there is the lesson, there is the time waster. But the true love will be a love where you feel like you don't even need them. A love where if you picture a life without them, it will feel incomplete. But you don't feel the need to be around them 24/7. That is a true love. A love where if you picture your life and they are absent from it, you feel a sense of hollowness, as if you are incomplete. But you don't need to be with them. If you feel like you need to be with them 24/7 and you need to write poems of love and majesty and this constant passion, that is not love. That is you wishing that they loved you the way you were loving them. That is a plea. Those are attempts to make them reciprocate what you are trying to do for them. That is not love. That is an attempt to have someone else give you the love you should be giving yourself. A love can stand without any favors, it can stand without any grand gestures, but of course it's always nice to receive them. But it can be strong without any communication even. Communicating is very effective, but words are the poorest form of communication. If you have to use your words constantly to explain your mind, to explain your feelings, to explain your experience, you are not truly in love. Love makes you understand the person without words. You look at them and you know exactly what's going on. You may ask them to confirm it, but you will already know what is going on. You will have one significant love like that in your life. And they will be another person, but they will come in due time. They will come in due time. Don't force it, don't look for it, don't search for it. It will fall right into your lap and it will feel like the quickest, most organic love you've had, and every other supposed love you've had will pale in comparison. Just garbage, trash, basura, just who, what happened there, who happened there, as if it never happened. Perhaps the life lessons might be there too for you to learn, to apply, for you to learn how exactly can you better love yourself. But the pain goes away. Now, this poem of yours has a beautiful headline. It seems to be having a lot of lines that just break away, but it soon rejoins the head, which means that you will be going through many existential crises. But you will always reach back to ground level. You will always go back to stability. You will reach stability and you will continue there, but you will continue to question reality, because you must always reassess for yourself the many wonders and many possibilities and many availabilities that life gives you. Now, please do this for me. Turn your hand into a fist. Okay? Ay, carajo, por favor, cálmate, cállate. The spirits must not enter, okay? When the candles shake, I must sacudir all the demonios, okay? Cállate, sácate, okay? Afuera, okay? Now I'm going to be looking at this side of your palm right here, okay? Let me see. Okay. You will have two great loves of your life and one love that will be very predominant, but it will be temporary. And you will also have a tiny little love that will give you a lot to learn from too, okay? These two predominant loves, I cannot tell you who they would be, although it could potentially be the love of your life and yourself. You could end up loving yourself so much that you become your own love of your life. But it could also be another person simultaneously, because they're equally as strong, but one seems to be a little longer than the other. So I would assume that you would get to a point where your self-love is longer than or stronger than your love for your partner, because in order to love someone else, you must love yourself. Otherwise, any attempt for them to love you or any attempt for you to love them will be an extension of you wanting to feel a sense of love for yourself. So you will love yourself greatly. You will probably be your own love of your life. You will find another love of your life that will be a strong, constant companion. You will have a temporary love that will teach you exactly how you can love yourself, whether it be in a good way or in a bad way, whether it be someone who supports you and gives you constructive feedback, or whether it be someone who will try to tear you down, but through tearing you down, you will notice what they're trying to do, and you will learn from it, and you will learn what exactly makes you feel bad and how to counteract it by giving yourself love in those exact same locations inside your heart and inside your mind. And then this tiny little temporary love could be a very close friend, could be a relative, could be someone that you feel very close to. Now, is there any questions you have for me? Very well. I'm going to free up the space now. That way the demonios know that we are no longer open to them, and they can just disappear, leave this area, leave this room, make sure that they never return, you know. Okay. I'm tapping them so that way the spirit can go clink away, because my mind is no longer being channeled. They are trapped to my mind. Sapiosexuals. All demons are sapiosexuals. All demonios are sapiosexuals. Afuera. No estamos para ti. Afuera. Por favor, ya salí. Afuera. You can leave me be. Okay, there we go. Very well. Now, please return at the end of your life and see me and tell me your life's journey. Tell me all your life stories. Tell me everything that happened in your life, and I will be most fascinated to listen to you and your many tales. Okay. I cannot wait to meet you again. Buena suerte.